50 days to sell the top or else you'll be bankrupt. That's actually what's happened in the past. Look at this green sliver, this green rectangle, friends. I made this chart here for you to show you. These were the final 50 days of alt season. And if you didn't exit everything here, you are still destroyed in all bags after 3.3 years. Now, of course, there are a few exceptions, but they are not the rule. There are 5 coins. Fetch, Floki, Solana, BNB. See? And I forgot the 5th one. Injective Protocol, that's right, 5. But there are 495 still destroyed. So, Matic, Cardano, down 90%-ish. Hex, down 99%. Luna, everything, friends, everything. Phantom, all of yous. The best ones are only down 80%. Only down 80%. Okay, so I'm not doing this to scare you. I'm just showing you that, one, it happened. And not just once. It happened in every cycle before that. And number 2, I think there's been too much damage now done. Everyone's been scammed too much in this pathetic industry. It really is pathetic sometimes. A lot of the times, actually. 3.5 years being pathetic. 6 months where it makes you believe. And if you don't get out, it's pathetic again for 3 years again. Too many people have been scammed, friends. I just feel it. You know, we all know. You know when all of you like DM, tag me in Telegram, tag me in Twitter? You know we're all thinking the same thing, all of us. We're all thinking the same thing. I'm thinking the same thing too with you. I'm thinking, I want to walk away from this shitty industry forever because we literally produce nothing but a bunch of shit coins. And at least meme coins, you know they're just memes. These other ones, they're the real big scams. Dumping in the background, telling you there's a greater good, there's a big team, and there's all these headquarters or white paper, and there's smart people that sound smart. Yeah, they're dumping in the background, man. So it's sad. It's sad that it's like that. Okay. However, I will now give you a bit of a twist. If the price can go up in the next 6 months and make us believe and then not crash back down 95%, you won't know, but if they go up, what if they go up and you had to sell the top again? It's tough, man. This is the truth, friends. You had 50 days to sell. 50 days. We are still suffering 1,200 days later. It's not even like, oh, you got to wait 3.3 years. No, you're still waiting. You don't know that something in the future is coming. So I'm just helping you. Just be careful about being perma-bullish, turbo-bullish at all times. That's all, friends. You just got to shift it a bit. Not for now. Not for anything now. I'm just talking about in the future. Not now. I'm just preparing that this type of stuff happens, man. This type of stuff happens everywhere. Altcoin still down since May 2021. Absolutely, it's just an abomination everywhere. And yeah, that's why I made this thread, this Twitter post to Rooney's to show you this. And you know, it's no stranger, friends. It's not strange to us to actually see this because this same thing happened in the past. Here was the other 50 days. It was literally 50 days. This was your 50 days here. It's funny, right? This was your 50 days to sell, friends. And in those 50 days, okay, if you didn't sell, you pooped. And now what I've done for you, baby dolls, you see this 2017 one, we've added the green. If you didn't sell here, you lost 99% literally everywhere, even up to this point. So don't forget that. Even when Bitcoin was breaking the high, 28,000, even up to here, friends, I actually make it bigger. Bitcoin is literally $40,000. The altcoins still hadn't recovered everything. Most of them still hadn't. It was only in that final leg that they started moving up. This is where the 50 days appears, friends. So this 50 days, this was literally where everything shows you that it can move again. And what I've done now is add the yellow. You see that yellow? Okay, by the way, this is literally 95% of altcoins right here. So, man, look at how disgusting this is. You're literally holding 3.5 years. Finally, I mean, you want to do this date, friends, from literally the top, oh my gosh. 1,125 days. See, that's why we've actually gone quite a while now. This part, friends, see this yellow part? That is in a lot of the coins, that was making the bear market floor. So it went up to make the bear market floor. Didn't happen for everything. Didn't happen for XRP. Didn't happen for Litecoin. But it did happen for Doge. So Doge here does like its first 10x. Right? It does like its first 10x or whatever it is. And then in this final green part, that's Euphoria. You see how Bitcoin smacks up? Basically, you do the first floor, and then this is basically it. But if you don't get out here, friends, it's literally, you've lost everything. You literally lost everything. Now, don't be illusioned because that yellow, okay, that yellow, if you sold here, you're still at the same price. Okay, so you don't really, you're not saved. It's literally like you selling Bitcoin at 15K on the way up. Okay, it's that equivalent. See how Bitcoin came back to like 15 or 20K? That's you selling 15 or 20K here. And then, oh, wow, it just comes, like you miss out on the whole bull run. You've waited that's why, friends, please pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, I know you are. I'll play some nice, gentle angel music just to smooth it over as well. If you sell too early, you've wasted 3.5 years. You know that, right? Literally, you've wasted 3.5 years. If you click sell, friends, right here, you're clicking sell, you think you're a genius. Okay, I'm not exaggerating. Okay, you have literally, like, you've blown 1,200 days in a row. Gone. All the compounding working in the background, holding through everything, Pokemon Island, exploding, interest rate, Fed, all of that goes out the door. You may as well have never joined this industry in the first place. You may as well have never have held. Oh, man, it's tough. So now it's apparent. It comes down to those 50 days. And look, man, the game's tough. The game's tough, friends. Like, I even have I have a very nice chart here again. Remember, like, if you don't sell here, yeah, theoretically, you're bankrupt. I mean, crypto's so volatile, you can't say minus 90% is bankruptcy because the things go up so much when they do want to work, when they do want to go well. And how long has it been for us right now? We can actually get the exact amount of time and we'll find out, friend. This is literally the exact time since altcoins peaked, like right on this. I think this is it. The last day, friends. It has exactly been 1,191 days. It's going to be about 1,200 days. Okay, so, man, that's a long time. That's literally 3.3 years. Many altcoins, like I said, down 80%, down 99%, all over the shop. And we might look to the others BTC chart to give us some kindness and friendship because the others BTC, friends, yeah, it is going up over time. We're hoping that this is enough of a bottom. Remember, this is what we want to see. We want to see altcoins rise, and they are, right? They are rising over Bitcoin over time. We are seeing that, but that's the whole index, right? That's a problem. So you can't bet on the index yet. It's too expensive because you have to rebalance every month, and it's very costly, right? In and out, 100 coins. We need like an ETF for it. The problem though is by the time we get it, it's too late. Okay, so those are the things we're dealing with, the challenges we're dealing with. Now, when we see the others chart, friends, others by itself, so I just showed you the ratio. If you look at others chart, it's only down 50% from the top. It's only down 50%. How does that happen? That's interesting. Why is it only down 50%? Well, another unfortunate part of the industry. It's so easy to mint shit coins, layer 2 coins with giant valuations. So it's not the little meme coins, friends. Meme coins, you can't mint giant valuations in them and they don't trade. People know like, oh, who are you? We walk away straight away. But it's the layer 2 ones. They're the big ones. Not just layer 2, all the VC tech stuff. They're the issues because they have big networks. They list on exchanges from day one. They get retail sucked in. They're basically just like a vampire sucking out blood. Family-friendly show though. Now, in 2024, our cycle now, we now have in that others, which is the outside top 10 altcoins, all of them, it's got new coins now. They've shifted. We now have real world assets, RWA. We now have AI coins. We have layer 2 coins. We have new stuff in there that weren't around in the last cycle. We also have memes. Pepe now exists. Dog with hat now exists. That's 6 billion there, pretty much. They did not exist in the last cycle. So now, Pepe and Dog with Hat have added 6 billion. You have Caspar that's added like, whatever, 6 billion. You have Tau that's added a couple of billion. If you add all those coins up, you might get like 15 billion, which is literally Hex at 20 cents. So if you go back to around that time, now Hex wasn't 20 cents at that time, but you get an idea. Like, oh, we lost 50 billion valuation here, but we gained it somewhere else. In like 50 coins now exist, right? That's why the things are constantly changing. And remember, Hex existed last cycle. I'm just using that Hex example, right? Hex existed last cycle, but that took away from like XRP. That took away from Litecoin. That took away from Monero. So even though others went up higher, they didn't. XRP didn't make a higher high. So you can see it right here. See how others, friends, others went up and made a massive new high. That's because coins like Luna, Axis, Phantom, they now existed where they did not exist in that last cycle here. So they're changing with each cycle. So obviously the narratives and new coins get minted. People try new ideas. And, you know, like I mentioned, you can't bet on the index yet. Now, that others BTC chart, very important. That's why I have it up here. It's showing you the ratio. It is moving up over time. That's the real chart, friends. There are a lot of people, they'll remove dominances and do all this stuff, but they add tether, friends. If you add tether, tether only came around in 2017, 2018. So the data only starts in 2017, 2018, which means it doesn't show you the growth over time. It just shows you, it starts to chart high and it looks like the whole industry is downtrending against Bitcoin, which, like, think about that logically for a second. Do you honestly think Bitcoin is impenetrable forever? Do you really think so? Like, for example, do you think gold is impenetrable forever? No. It can be taken down. Network effects are growing, friends. People are storing a lot of value in Apple, in Google, in Amazon, right? They're storing value in network effects. You know, when you bet on the S&P 500, you're pretty much storing value in America, right? You're betting on the winning American companies. Yeah, you're storing value in that. Yeah, people are storing value in the S&P 500, right? S&P 500 total market cap is 40 trillion. Gold is 10 trillion. You see? It's just it's a different network of how things work. But where do we go from here, friends? Well, of course, we have to play some Pokemon music just to cheer it up. So if we want to be the actual best in the game, we can't think about what has happened in the past. We can't look at this and say, oh, well, let's give up right now. We can't do that, man. That's what happens in the past. We got to think about what's coming next. And not the event that's coming next. We will never know that. It's how are people positioned mentally, spiritually, financially for those next things. I'm leaning more towards, and by the way, not just leaning, I've spoken to a lot of people, friends. Like, you know, friends, we're all saying the exact same thing, man. Check DMs, check Twitter, check YouTube comments. We're all saying the same thing. 90% are saying, F this industry. I hate it. 3.5 years are going down, and 80% chance my coin doesn't even freaking make a new high. What a scam, man. I'm getting scammed by everybody. I literally just want to sell and leave in this next bull market. I want to get the hell out. Well, guess what? Everyone is thinking that way. Do you want to know what happens when everyone thinks that way? I'll tell you what happens. You get lower euphoria. All right? So I'm going to show it to you now. I have the hex price chart. Yellow is hex going to $1. Green is hex going to 20 cents. They both end up at 5 cents. So we might find in the next bear market, hex's floor is 5 cents. We might find that. Its floor in 2027, it's 5 cents. If we went up to $1, going down there, 95% drop. If we only go up to 20 cents, it is like a 75% drop. World of difference. 75% is basically your god tier coin in crypto. It's kind of sad, but wow, you only dropped 75%. God tier. Yeah. If you drop 95%, even as Richard said, you're pretty much garbage. There's a lot of things. Okay. Yes. We have one case. Okay. Bitcoin and Ethereum, unicorns, they drop that much. And Solana, man, these are exceptions. Okay. They are not the rule. But now that we know everyone's thinking about it, everyone is thinking the same way, friends. Look, you just be honest with yourself. How are you, there's 520 million people in crypto, by the way. How are you going to get billions of people to let go of reality when all they've seen is 3 cycles where everything is total doom? How do you get them to let go of belief? They can't. They can't. There's been the market has learned too much. All of us have learned too much. We've seen too much. The growth rate's slowing down. It's not going to zero, of course. It's downtrending. And that makes people think more rationally. Now, if everybody wants to sell and leave in 2 seconds, I think it would be an ironic type of outcome, entertaining, where we get a very long type of bull market and no one really gets a chance to sell. I think it might even look like, friends, the Tron chart. But we might end up seeing something like what happened there. This is the Tron chart here, right? Where look what ends up happening. So this is crazy, right? So Tron, friends, if you want to do a fib, this is very important. Tron from the top to the bottom, right? Where did it stop here? Around 50% retrace, okay? So only retrace 50%, and then it has a shallow drop. So it only goes 50%, shallow drop, rounds off, and now it's doing the walk up. See that walk up? There's no chance to exit. There's literally no chance to exit. It's forming a giant cup and handle that's taken like a decade to play out. And it really is taking a decade to play out. Like he's 2028. Right? That's nuts. That's nuts. So we might see something like that. And, you know, all of us, we know, honestly, we just want to see something like this. We like this chart, don't you? Where it's making higher floors. This is what you want to see in crypto. This is what everyone wants to actually see in markets. People would rather sit through that than a game of what happened, even like a Hex, for example. Okay, 5,000 people win, 190,000 people lose. Everyone's going to get. No one wants to sit through that game because it's so stressful, it's so volatile. However, those are the games that attract more people in, even though no one wants to sit in them. It's because they think we're making higher steps forever until ultimately doom comes. So some things I think about, friends, in the future is that altcoins, they surprise us through that Tron method, where we now say Bitcoin is now a Wall Street ETF coin and Ethereum is in its third cycle curse. We probably end up look back and go, oh yeah, they're just too big now. They're too big. Where's all the fun? Doesn't mean they don't go up. You know they go up. Just their growth rate is much slower. That's it. I'm very optimistic that altcoins make a higher floor, but I mean that's not controversial, whatever. Because everything's round tripped 4 years, 5 years. You know what I mean? Like, duh, we're gonna make a higher floor. It's just how high is the floor from here? You know, overly optimistic people, friends, and I don't want to say overly optimistic because we need optimism, right? It's the juice of just the willpower to get up on every day and fight. But a lot of people, friends, they think in the next bear market, the floor is going to be the all-time high of what it is right now. So this is with every single coin, by the way. I hope it is, man. I hope it is. But if it is for you, man, you got to be doing this Tron chart at least, you know. So, for example, in Hex community, Pulse Chain community, there's a lot of people believe that in the next bull market, the floor will be 50 cents. That's what they think. I hope so, man. I really, really, really hope so. Okay, everyone thinks that. XRP, remember, friends, this is no different in every single coin. XRP, everyone thinks when it goes up, it hits $10. Everyone thinks, okay, $10 is coming, and then the bear market floor will be $3. Yay, we've done that forever. That's what everyone thinks. I really hope so. I hope so. I'm not even gonna say yes or no. I don't know. I just, man, this is the big valuations, man. We need. Can all of them do it as well? We'll see. And we'll know pretty early, by the way. We'll know pretty early. Like where is Bitcoin by the time that's happening, right? Is the other top signals hitting? Okay, Euphoria signals hitting, right? But also unicorns like Doge still ran up another 12x in their Euphoria, the final 50 days. So it came back to the bear market floor. So it happened for Doge, which I'll show you the chart right now. Yeah, Doge, special example. Once again, Doge, a unicorn, man. You had Elon Musk shitting it. That's Doge. It's Doge. See, Doge, that's what it did. That was its final 10x. So Doge did make a new floor, didn't it? It did. Up here, right? So Doge, yes, its new floor, sweet. New floor here, 1 cent, 2 cent, 4 cents. It never ever came back. That was its floor, 6 cents up here, but it never ever came back to here, 1.5 cents. That's golden unicorn though. But the facts are, I'm just guessing. And I'm guessing with zero historical precedence. So we're literally going into the unknown. This is a Pepe's ass farting, friends, with a trumpet. I know it's pretty much it. Okay, that summarizes everything. Yeah, we're all just guessing. It's just how I feel. How I feel means nothing though. It literally means nothing. I don't want to talk about a scenario where everything is only like 5x from here, and then Jim Cramer's bullish. Coinbase App Store hits #1 ranking. I don't want to even think about that scenario. I hope we're much, much higher than that. But it's just something you got to be prepared for. Yeah, so history is on the side of people dumping and leaving and not even rotating to Bitcoin, okay? It is on their side. It's just that at some point it's got to give, right? We can't just keep doing this magical global liquidity index cycle forever, you know? And as you'll find in each bear market, you're fortifying the floor with each altcoin. XRP, right? You have Tron, Pulse Chain Community. Each floor of each bear market, it's grabbing people who are like forever committed in as long as they survive. So that's worth something. Just what does it look like against the BTC ratios? That's an entirely different conversation. Because you can't bet on others' BTC, can you? You have to think about each coin. Like, you know, what's XRP BTC look like, right? Which is obviously always very, very interesting to look at if you look at XRP BTC. Yeah, so XRP BTC, look at this, friends. It has had a floor for the whole time. Like they refuse to give up. They refuse to give up. Now, does it mean, can it even get to the new heights? Is this what it now looks like, relative value? Is this now expensive for XRP BTC when it does 250% because it's now been too long? Because these big moves, that's like impossible to catch up, right? Because Bitcoin is now moved up heaps. Or is it impossible to catch up? I don't know. That's why each coin is tough to figure out. But if you can get each coin, man, the rewards are big. I mean, look at this. If you believe XRP can break the high against BTC, friends, you get a freak. What is this? Oh my God, this is huge. You get a literal 22x return on your XRP versus Bitcoin. 22x BT, 22 times your BTC, if that happens. So one Bitcoin becomes 22 Bitcoin. Yes. See, friends, if you wanted to go look at the others BTC, though, just to show you, yeah, you take on less risk with that index, but also your upside is less and it's lowering over time. So this is others BTC. If there was a way to buy the index right now, you look at it here and you go to the top, that's 230%. So just the 3x. Compare 22x to 3x, you see? But what if you get XRP wrong? What if it doesn't move? Okay, so you're dealing with a lot of variables here. But yes, it ultimately all does come down to those 50 days, doesn't it? It does come down to those 50 days. And yeah, everyone's always going to be thinking about, okay, are those 50 days coming? Because friends, look, if you zoom in, I'm just going to show you just not to make it even more stressful, difficult, but it is, man. You got to know this game. If I bring in the daily chart, man, look at this, the daily chart, friends, because you don't know what comes next. This is what Bitcoin looks like. That's what Bitcoin looks like. Look, at some point here, this is the selling time. See that? Bitcoin going up. You're just looking at this. That's all you can see. All you can see is this. All you can see is that. Like, wow, things are going great. It's starting. It's just starting. That was literally over. 3.5 years, man, just this little window of time. There's going to be, by the way, no one is going to give you the magic formula to tell you, hey, when did we enter the green zone? Because that's, hey, I mean, like, when do I sell and walk away from it? We don't know. Maybe exotic top signals will help. Maybe it's going to drag out longer than we think. As long as you're ready for everything, right? Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.